What's cracking, everybody? This is Samuel.
I'm Chelsea.
And this is the Holy Living Podcast. Welcome back, where we love boldly, teach humbly, and
live holy.
There we go, baby. What's going on with you? How you feeling?
I'm chilling. How are you?
I'm doing good, baby. You looking good. So listen, I know y'all seen the title, and y'all nasty. Listen. 3 people in the relationship. The third person is God.
That's it.
Listen, it's God. But here's the thing. We start off with, why did I get married? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna ask you that, baby. Why did you get married? First. And what changed? What changed after you know what marriage is supposed to be about?
Well, initially, I did get married to you because you was fine. Okay. Well, no. Let me backtrack.
Very
it wasn't
true.
only. Huh?
Very true. Go ahead.
It wasn't only because you were fine, but we had a baby.
Yep.
We had Samaya, which is our oldest. She's 4. And then we had Samaya. And so it was just like, why not? Why not get married? So really, it was just based off of kind of like the attraction, kind of. We was together since junior year of high school. Right. So it was just like, we know each other. Right. We might as well just go ahead and go ahead and get married. Right. So that was actually the initial thing. And I knew it was the right thing to do because we were saved already. So yeah. We kind of had an idea, or I kind of had an idea, like, we're supposed to be married. Like, we're not supposed to be sleeping together. Again, like I said, we did have somebody already. And then just the temptation of still shacking up and doing all that type of stuff. So it was just kind of like just the right thing to do.
Yeah, and we're gonna keep. We went 9 months after we had a kid. We went 9 months without sex before we got married.
Long months.
We got to get that clear. And we ain't just freaking the next. No, God convicted us.
He did.
And honestly, during that time frame, we did build a relationship. You got closer to God. I got closer to God. That kind of, because before then, I don't care if you had a baby or not. I ain't marrying you until you get your attitude and stuff like that together. That's my mindset.
That's what you said?
That's what my mind. Yeah, I don't care. That's what Chelsea. You thinking. I'm telling you what it is. But when God start working on you, you show me that you ain't my God. God is my God. I love God. And you start taking your walk with God serious, and I start like, okay, wait a minute, we got some here, and then we fell in love. But and like I said, I thought. Okay, so answer the rest of the question. What changed?
Oh, what changed?
After the marriage.
Honestly, yeah, we were like, I'm trying to think of like time frame wise, because we were kind of like we were in the marriage when it changed. Yeah. Because like when we got married, like we was married, that they say the honeymoon stages or whatever. Right. And then I'm trying to think though, I don't think Moni was born yet.
No.
Okay.
It was before then.
Yeah, it was before Moni. So we kind of hit like a rough patch in our marriage. And it was kind of like, all right, this ain't it. Right. And so it was kind of like, so when I started going through that, and then thank God for wise counsel, but like going through that, I realized this marriage, you got married for the wrong reason, first of all. Okay. That's why it was so, we get into other stuff in the topic though.
Okay. Well, so yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you why I got married. You get the remainder afterwards. Yeah. I got it, Chelsea. So anyway. What? I said, my God, Chelsea. That's what I said. Okay. Anyway.
Continue.
I love you. Anyway. So I got married too. Like I said, I got married because I'm thinking that marriage, I seen both our parents were married, and we seen marriage, so we kind of thought that we had an idea what marriage was about. You in love with the individual. It wasn't that God brought y'all together, but we think God brought us together for us. Yeah. But we was in love and things like that. We had a baby, and so let's go and make it happen. But then God changed, and so that's kind of like where the topic is coming from, because. During the marriage, like you said, we can go right into it, baby. Yeah. So we went through a rough stage in our marriage, and we realized that marriage requires work.
Absolutely.
And how important it is for us to both be rooted in God and not have each other on the pedestal of marriage. Right. Because a lot of people are down in marriage, or they have a misinterpretation of marriage, and so a lot of marriages end up either they divorced. Yeah. I don't care. Some of them were divorced after a year, a couple months.
20 years.
It didn't go to 20 years, 30 years. And then they get a divorce, or let's go to the next part where they become very stagnant.
Yeah.
I hate dead marriages. Like y'all not conquering nothing.
Right.
Y'all not doing things for y'all not moving. And so, God to remind me, because we read the book Kingdom Marriage, and we start actually working on our marriage, and God started showing us marriage from His standpoint. And so, the definition of marriage that I got was, He said, marriage is a representation of how God operates in heaven.
Yeah.
Okay, so we serve a triune God, Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Also, they have angels. Also, which consider so it's like a family structure,
right?
And they have dominion. So, when God created God created us, He created us to rule.
Yeah.
And so, not just to just do whatever you want to do, but to actually represent Him,
right?
And things like that. So
yeah, and that going back to like why did I get married? Also because I think sometimes we have the wrong expectation of what marriage, not necessarily what marriage is, but what it's supposed to do.
Right.
Meaning, so like, as you said, like the purpose of marriage, a lot of people get married, and got married not knowing what exactly the purpose of marriage is.
Right.
I'm thinking you here to make me happy.
Right.
You here to pay the bills. You here to, do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But not necessarily me pleasing God in my marriage was not a thought of mine, like at all. It was all about Chelsea. Like, how's Chelsea gonna be? How's Chelsea gonna be happy?
Right.
So that's what I say. Like, that's really good that you point out the actual purpose of marriage.
Right. Right. And so a lot of times too, because like even with us, like I had to understand that I can like because marriage comes with arguments. Okay.
Absolutely.
Like understand. Like what's gonna say all the time. We don't date to marry. We marry to date, and it's work after marriage.
Right.
Marriage is not the end all be all.
Right.
And so God showed me, like, even especially as a man, like, okay, Sam, you have to take the initiative to not only learn marriage, but learn marriage from my perspective. What do I require from you?
Yeah.
And then what should you require from her? How do I want you to treat this? How do I want you to do this? Because honestly, us as humans, we naturally selfish.
Absolutely.
And if we don't have God to be the mediator,
right,
the one that keeps us both in line, we will be the marriage. It will be one sided, or it'll be two sided. But each side will be right. And so because even too, because like I'm a manly man, I'm an alpha male. You very feminine, and with that being said, like God had to show me, like, Sam, just because you're the man, that don't mean that you just dominate your woman.
Yeah.
Right. And listen to what I'm saying, because listen, I had to submit to God.
Come on.
I had to not go off on my own knowledge or what I seen or what's on the TV or what my homeboys was doing or whatever. I can't go off even my own knowledge. I have to go off. God, what do you say for me as a marriage to do?
And that's good. I'm sorry not to cut you off, but that's really good because, like, if you think about it like this, like, yes, we're married, but having God at the center, because a lot of people, I see it posted all the time, like, God this, God is ahead of this, God is ahead of this. Right. But when you really think about it, like, that means, like, I'm not seeking to please you.
Right.
Like, yes, I want you to be happy, but my ultimate goal is to please God in my marriage.
Right.
And that will please you.
Right.
And same going for you. So, like, your ultimate goal, because it may be some things that make me happy, but it's not really what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're just solely just trying to please Chelsea, then you're not fulfilling your duty as a godly man.
And let's talk about the deception of that too, because a lot of times we think that by us doing everything our spouse wants to do, or we putting our spouse above, a lot of things. Low key, honestly, you tell me what you think. Low key, honestly, it backfires on us.
Absolutely. Like,
I'm compromising, because like even when we first got married, like we were still living in daddy's basement, and I kind of like, that's why we even with the singleness thing, we talked about how you have to become whole. First, that's the ultimate thing, to become whole first before you get into a marriage. Like before I bless you with your wife, you had a job, you had a purpose, you were doing this, before, so your wife don't take that away from you. So with us, one time I was just being, I'll call it a sucker. I was just doing, I was, I'm not being not over life, but overly not. But I was giving you too much of my time.
I'm trying to figure out what is this.
I'm okay. Follow me. This is lesson number 1. Don't interrupt your husband. Anyway, look, no, seriously, I want to hit it here because God has said, Samuel, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. I need you to put emphasis on me. I need you to seek what I'm doing, seek what I want my view or my goal for the marriage, and then implement it with your wife. Because like even with how we have meetings weekly. Yeah. Okay. Now listen to this, show. We have meetings weekly, and so we got it. We kind of fell off a little bit. We got to put us right back on it to show us. Okay, we need to have that dedicated time to where we're studying our word. Yeah. So we can both be aware of what God expects from us on an individual basis and together, and also to communicate and to build and to like, how we will read. I will every day at work. I'm like, okay, as a man, I have to be the one to initiate the growth process. So I read the book. Mm-hmm. Remember that I'm reading the chapter, type up the chapter, create an outline. Boom, we come here, we meet, we start, and it's like. God is the mediator from that. Yeah. He's distributing.
Yeah. And I want to, because kind of what you were saying, dang, what did you just say? It made me think of something.
What?
Dang, what did you say? Forget it. I know what I'm trying to say, and you remember what you said. Yeah. But because I remember, what did you say?
What did I say?
I don't know.
I said a lot.
You said something about like being whole.
Okay, before you get to marriage.
But is that what I was trying to tie into? You said a lot.
You want to come back to that?
Yeah, come back to my thought, but I got something else to say.
Let's talk about. Oh, you got something?
Yeah, don't come here. Go ahead. So I wanted, because you mentioned something earlier, about we don't date to marry, or what was it? We don't.
Yeah, we don't date to marry. We marry today.
What does that mean?
So that means, I'm glad that you asked. Mm-hmm. What that means is, I know you're going with this too. What that means is, it's like, okay, because a lot of times when we get married, people stop doing what they did initially to get the wife, or to pursue the wife, or to make sure they prepare. So that's what we say. Okay, after we get married, let's still pursue your wife. Let's still schedule dates. Let's still do that.
Yeah.
Is that what you?
Yeah, I just mentioned that.
What you trying to help? Yes, we've been dating lately. Don't upset me. We haven't been dating lately, but I'm saying. What you talking about? Don't upset me now.
But I'm saying because you dealt with that.
Okay.
You want me to tell her? You want to tell it? Okay. So you
tell my business. Tell my business.
We be
very mindful of your words, woman.
Shut up.
Go ahead.
So yeah, because like you dealt with that. So like being married, because that.
Ooh. Huh? Let's go. I'm seeing what you're saying. Go
because
ahead.
Is you serious?
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Is you serious? Okay. Because I know you made me lose my train of thought, dude. Because I want to tie this in because
business of life. Huh? Is that what you're saying? Busy life, busy, being busy.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So because I want to bring it in because sometimes there's two sides. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because God is the center of our marriage, right?
Right.
But that also falls into the category of loving your wife and your husband too. Mm-hmm. It's not just about the women,
right?
But I just wanted, because that's what whatever. But I'm saying because we dealt with that, like when we, because like I said, we dated junior year of high school. Mm-hmm. We broke up or whatever, but we got back together. But all those things, just because God, that doesn't mean romantic. People try to stray away.
There you go. Romantic
side.
I got you.
Like God, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to word my question, but you get what I'm saying,
yeah,
right?
I know what you're saying.
Okay, you can elaborate.
Yeah. Oh, you tell me what? Okay, so look, because even with the business of life, because we're not saying just every day you just reading scriptures, every day you
that's
praying,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
You just doing that all day. No, God wants to make sure that the foundation is set first. This is not my marriage. This is God's marriage. Even though I want my wife, my wife is beautiful. She has an awesome shape. My fleshy mind would be like, okay, I want her to be like, hear this, booty out, boom, 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 right? Because
booty out.
You know what I mean? But as God said, like, no, my wife is not a whore. My wife is a woman of God. My wife is a woman that that deserve to be treated with dignity. And also too, as men, I'm gonna go back to this point, but we look at our women like, shoot, like we just like pit bull with a pig thing out for real. I'm serious, like, listen, for real, like, yeah, like we just okay, no, wait a minute, pursue your wife, calm down. Okay, calm down. But I don't want to go off topic. But here's the thing. Here's what because what God would do is God would say, Samuel, I need you to invest time with her. See what she likes. See what interests, you know. And that's one thing. God takes care of you. If you take care of him, he's gonna take care of you. And that's what, like, honestly, to be honest, going with God holds us accountable. So what he do for me, what you can't get to me, because you can't really get to me. Even with I want to go there. We're gonna hit the next, but like even with like being faithful or being a gentleman, all this stuff. Like me by myself, I can't. Honestly, I'm hard. I'm to the point. I'm all this other stuff. But when God said, okay, Sam, I need you to take heed to your wife. Right. I need you to stop being selfish. Come on now. I need you to change. I need you to do this. And listen to this. Because when God is the center of your life, you already used to changing. You already used to making adjustments. You already used to making moves. But if God is at the center, if you self-absorbing, everybody will be seeing the issue besides yourself. You'll be self-absorbed. And you would destroy the marriage. You would, you know what I mean? And so when God said, okay, son, I need you to do this. I need you to seek. I need you to study more marriage. I need you to, hey, what are your wife like? Get some flowers. Do this, do that, really do this, do that. And so he will make sure that you're taken care of. So you know, those are the benefits. Like the devil's not gonna have you. Come on now. Yeah. The devil's not gonna have you. The devil's not gonna have you doing those things to consider your wife. He hates marriage. We're gonna talk about that next.
Yes, I'm sorry, before we move on, because that's super good. Because like you said, how God was telling you, Samuel, do this for your wife, do this for your wife. Because sometimes as women, because that I have voiced that to you a couple of times, right? Like we had went through a stage, like back when I was talking about the rough patch in our marriage, you went through that stage, like all he wanted to do was just be all on me. But I'm like, baby, you ain't talked to me all day. Yeah. You ain't asked me how my day was. And I was voicing that. Yeah. But instead of beating him over the head with it.
It wasn't in the beginning. Huh? It wasn't in the beginning. What? You beat me up for the head with it.
I did. I did.
But God worked us through that.
But God works through that. But eventually, now, God, it's on you now. Yeah. Like, God, I put this request to you. Like, God, help my husband. Let him see, because with me beating you over the head, you wasn't getting it.
No, I wouldn't. I wasn't receiving it. I wasn't receiving it
at all.
But God has a way of humbling you.
But trust in God, because since God is that third person in there in our marriage, God, I trust you to take care of him. Right. And on his own, on time, it took some time, but also was teaching me patience as the wife. Like, trust me. That's what God was telling me. Chelsea, trust me. I got Samuel. Right. I got Samuel. You do your part. Yeah. You do your part. And lo and behold, he worked on you.
Hey, listen, because even with my wife, women don't like to submit, right? And so
I do too.
I mean, here's what hear me out, man. Listen, I know you like to. We are a woman of God.
I don't like to.
I know, but listen to what I'm saying, because like a lot of the issues because I deal with men. I deal with men on a day-to-day basis. So a lot of time I be seeing they probably just exorbitant, but they struggle with rebellious women. Okay, we supposed to love our wives. We're supposed to submit to their husbands, and so a lot of time they making the budget. They doing this. They have the vision for the family, but the woman has a totally different vision, totally different plan, totally different this, and they bringing the man down. And I'm like, okay, like we gotta, and so I can't force the girl. You better do what I tell you to do. I can't do that stuff, right? I have to be like, wait a minute, God, please, I need you to slap her upside the head. I'm not her father. You are her father, right? But here's what I'm saying. Listen, because God will fight on your behalf.
Yes, He will.
And so, because my wife was very stubborn. She was very stubborn. She was very, who you gonna, you know what I mean? And I'm like, who the heck you gonna do what I tell you to do? But I'm like, no. God's like, Samuel, you want to, that's not gonna get to her. You're not gonna do that, right? And so here's what he do. Here's what he does. Because one time we had a situation where, listen, because remember that time? Because we was downstairs arguing, and Daddy came down. He was kind of like consulting the situation, and my wife, women like to shut down and hold grudges, for weeks. Because I'm the type of person, I like to get to a resolution. Yeah. Let's resolve it, and that's what God does. He don't like that grudge stuff. He wants to resolve.
It ain't a grudge. Just give me a little time.
You know what I mean? And so we're still going through that now. Listen, but here's what Daddy did. Daddy's like, listen. She was like, I just need I'm not trying.
Oh yeah.
Right? I'm not trying to talk. No, I'm trying. I just need to go. He said, but you're not gonna do. If you're gonna go separate yourself, you better go consult with God.
No, that's not. No. He said, I said, I just want to be left alone. I just want to be left alone. He said, and do what? I was sitting there. I said, okay.
Look.
He done got me.
Look,
I just wanted to, because for real, I was about to go in there. You know how women, we like to get in our thoughts. I promise you. Like, really, though, we done created a whole scenario in our head.
Right.
And that's what he literally said. He said, and do what? And talk to who? Oh, my God.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's what God would do. God would be like, okay, wait a minute, no. And that's what I think God, listen, you gotta keep God to center, because He's gonna make sure that everything is good.
Yeah.
Even though if we're gonna work through some things, it's gonna be patches, it's gonna be ups and downs, but God is the one to say, hey, come here. Okay, Sam, go ahead. I deal with both. How you able to do both of us at the same time?
No, for real.
Hey, listen, God is amazing. But look, He will make it to where you have good counsel.
Yeah, you gotta have good counsel.
Hey, listen, He's not gonna have people in her ear, or He'll be in her ear saying, hey, Go mess with that dude. Go, you can have any man you want. Or Sam, you can have any woman you can. He's in your head saying, no, stay committed. No, seek my word. No, be patient. No, maybe she's going through this. Maybe he's going through that.
Yeah.
You see how God's working? But if God is not the center, you have demons talking to you.
Come on.
You have the devil talking to you. Listen to this, because that's one of the things we have to understand, that this is bigger than us.
Absolutely.
When we, and that's why I talk about we always communicate all the time. We like, listen, baby, our marriage is not. We have to constantly grow. We have to constantly get better. We have to constantly learn. We have to constantly implement what God wants us to do. We have to be consistent, because God's going to use our marriage and other marriages in the church, of course, to be an example of what a godly marriage to be, or to be motivation for those who are shacking up to change their ways.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Because the key is not just learning methods. The key is, hey, let me do things God's way. Let me submit to Him, and He will teach me the methods I need. Yeah. And so I'm like, listen, it's bigger than us.
Absolutely.
And so that's when we have arguments and we have fights and stuff. Like, listen, that's the enemy working behind the scene. He's trying to destroy us.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm like, listen, I'm gonna be able to replace.
No, I got something.
Yeah. But because we gotta look at the beginning with Adam and Eve. Mm-hmm. The enemy came in, talked to the women. Yeah. Women got the women to eat and just destroy the whole thing, right? Because he knew that come on. Listen, y'all. Thank you, Lord. The Bible said, be fruitful and multiply, have dominion. Mm-hmm. Whatever's in the married couple is going to flow through the whole world. And guess what? That's what happened. Mm-hmm. Sin came. Yep. Listen, the devil knew if they would have been multiplied, they've been fruitful and stayed holy and stayed pure, it would have been a civilization, a world full of God representatives.
Come on.
But he knew that if I get them to sin, if I get them to backslide, it's going to be a world full of, so that's the same method he's using now with marriages in today's society. Yeah. I'm trying to destroy the marriage. I'm trying to make it two men, two women. I'm trying to destroy the roles and everything, because I want to contaminate the world. Yep. And that's what we gotta understand. It's not about you. It's not. It's not about us. That's what we gotta understand. Like, listen, it's about what God wants.
That's right. I mean? And realizing, like you said, the devil hates marriage. He hates together, like being on one accord. He hates that. So when put those things in your head, and not having God at the center of marriage puts divorce as an option. Yeah, come on. So like you said, it's not about you. Because talk about it. It's been plenty of times where I'm like, I'm out.
Deuces, for real.
I promise you. I promise you, me and my kids, I'm going to pack up.
You ain't taking my kids, man. Look, you ain't taking my kids.
But for real, like,
I feel
what's that movie? He was beating her, though. You don't beat me. But what's that Madea movie? Where she tried to leave in the middle of the night. She packed her bag. Whatever. You know what movie I'm talking about. Mm-mm. Yes, you do. Don't play with me.
We talking about Madea family reunion?
Yeah, remember she was like trying to roll over, some type of stuff like that. Yeah. So like that.
Wow. That's for real. My wife is dramatic. That's the plots for real. I'm telling you, y'all. Listen.
Okay, for real. Back to my point. What I'm saying, because realizing that it's not about you. Like, my marriage is bigger than just Chelsea and Samuel. Right. It's way bigger than that. So divorce is not an option. Right. We gonna fight this thing through. Right. Like, and realizing, like, people watch marriages. Like,
they do. They do.
People watch marriages. Like, we see marriages like, people who are celebrities or who have been together for 15 years, and then you see in the dang on
Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
You get divorced?
I don't know, but they is getting. I think they is. But that's another example of a terrible marriage. I would get so. Will Smith is. I think he's Will Smith is. I think he's. He's on down. He's undercover brother. Jada Pinkett. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
No.
This man. I was talking about like relationships that you see like breaking up.
I see them.
Huh?
You talking marriage breaking up?
Yes.
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah,
7 marriages. I don't know.
Can you let me finish?
All right, now
Oh my God.
this is examples, man.
I'm
Goodness.
saying, but like you look at those relationships. Now I ain't looking up to no celebrity type marriage,
Period.
but people really be looking up to like when couples break up. They just, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
man, I can't even look at love no more. Like what? But like people really be doing that. But I'm thinking about like an actual covenant that God has placed together. Just think like, like families when parents get a divorce, the kids are like torn apart. Like marriage is not about you.
That's it, baby.
It's not about you.
That's
so
it,
it's
baby.
not because you upset me. That don't give me the leeway to just throw my hands up and I'm throwing the towel. I'm out of here.
Right.
That doesn't mean that we got 2 kids.
That's true.
We got 2 little girls that's watching us. So we got friends, family that's watching us.
Right.
And if we throw in the towel, what will that do? We got somebody in the background that's pointing to themselves. What will they do? What would that do to them? What would that would destroy?
They'd be raised by a single father. My kids. You're not taking my kids.
We're not getting a divorce.
No. But like I said, it's because it's so easy to quit.
It's so easy to quit. So easy to quit. Like for real, like super easy to quit. But it's crazy because like when you think about that, like it's easy to quit but hard to stay together. Like that don't even make no. But with God, with God, He makes that easy.
Why is it so hard? Because the enemy hates what we do, and that's what,
in our flesh,
our flesh too. And so one more thing. Before we end it, like, and then we're gonna have more marriage things.
I got something else to say.
Okay, well bless you then, baby. Hold on, let me
go ahead.
Okay.
I'm not trying to.
Now it's not no. But here's the thing. Here's another thing that we have to emphasize. This will change our marriage. God deals with us. He instills our individual identity.
Yeah.
Here's because it's a lot of broken people. Getting married, having broken kids.
Come on.
Who's having broken grandkids? Who's having broken great grand? You see what I'm saying? You see how the cycle goes. And so a lot of times we can be upset. We can be upset at the individual based off of our insecurity. Like again, I'm big on manhood. So me as a man, I'm responsible for my family. And so honest and women are natural receivers. So whatever energy I'm putting off, that's what's gonna be there. So man, pay attention to this. We have to make sure that we are even more so aware and seeking to better the marriage, because a lot of times with relationships, it's the woman that's trying to repair it. It's the woman that's trying to have a counseling. It's the woman that's trying to do this. You see what I'm saying? It ain't the man. And so God was showing me like, Sam, you have to be the one to take the initiative. I need you to constantly get better every day. I need you to constantly seek me every day. I need you to constantly be willing to change, be willing to repent and change and move forward and swallow your pride and do and constantly do it, because a healthy man brings a healthy wife and brings a healthy family.
That's true.
A lot of times, like I said, I promise you, if I'm not instilling my identity, if I'm not getting my identity from Christ, He's not working on me, and I'm not seeking Him for identity, I will be insecure. Yeah. I will be, trying to attack you, being jealous of you. At one particular time, you was making more money than me, right? And so it's not about the competition in that, but it's a lot of times men get intimidated by women that make more money. And I don't care. My wife is making $1 million and I'm making 50,000 or whatever.
It's yours too, baby.
Hey, I know it's mine. You see that? Look, it's ours. You said that. I know, but my identity don't get moved based off that. The competition, my wife looking good. I don't care. I know who I am. Right. And so a lot of times men get intimidated and they don't want to invest. That's a whole nother show. But they don't want to invest in a wife. They look at a wife as competition instead of us being on one accord. Yeah, and that's what. And same thing with my wife. Like, listen, I'm about to throw my wife out to the woods. I don't want my wife to be on social media all day. I don't want her to just be sitting there vain, just trying to look on looks. I'm like, hey, you know how we get down every morning, baby. What's up? What you got going on? What can I do to invest in you? What can I do this? And even though she gets upset sometimes, which is naturally, you doing new stuff. That's how I am with God, right? But I have to be the one. Okay, let me invest in her. Let me make sure that I'm pushing her so she can be great. Yes, so she can know about God. So she can find her purpose. So because if she's healthy and I'm healthy, that we together. We ain't in competition.
That's right.
And let's bring healthy kids. You see what I'm saying? So go ahead, baby.
No, I just wanted to just emphasize that marriage is a beautiful thing. Like,
come on now.
Because nowadays, like I saw something today. Actually, I was on Instagram or whatever scrolling, and somebody I forgot. Somebody was asking. It was like a couple or whatever, and they was like, "Would you marry whoever they was with, and they was like, you know, like marriage really ain't even that big of a deal. Like it's just a piece of paper. Like
no.
it ain't. It's just, you know, we already won. Like we know we really vibing. Like, but that's really how people think,
right?
Like,
and it's not. That's not true.
That's not true.
Yeah,
like,
that's,
and
that's,
so
that's
I wanted. That's the first thing I want
let's
you.
talk about that. Go ahead, man.
I know. I want to touch on that quickly. We wrapping up, y'all. I know. And then I also wanted to just marriage is not the end goal. Because I also see a lot. So people, they have families. You know, we had a kid out of wedlock, but we did get our butts kicked for that. But now that's highlighted. Right. You know, oh, they got a family. They not married. Right. Oh, they got a family. But then when they do end up getting engaged, they think that's it. Or they get married, they think that's it. Just because you know, we got married, we went to the altar, our work doesn't stop there.
That's it.
So just like your sermon you preach, now that we're here, now what?
Right.
Now what are we about to do? If we just gonna focus on September 9th of 2019.
Right.
2019. What are we gonna be doing?
Waiting on for every anniversary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like going back to what we said at the beginning of the show, marriage is work, but there's a goal out of our marriage. There's something that I want to accomplish in my marriage.
Right.
Just because I said I do and you gave me a ring, you got your ring, that's not the end.
Right. Absolutely. So, and God uses marriage to better individuals. You know, that's why I tell people all the time, like, listen, we stray away, and that's one thing we kind of did. I thought God take me back when we was 19, like before we had Samaya. We knew we was gonna be together. Why did I take the initiative? Like, hey, baby, I want to marry her. Let's, because we was moving like, you know, we was already married. Yeah. And so, like you said, like, no, the Bible says we had to look at marriage from the lens of the one who created marriage.
Absolutely.
Listen, the marriage maker is the one I go to get my advice on marriage, my view on marriage. And just because people try to go away from God, stray away from God, that doesn't erase the consequences from God. Yeah. You facing consequences because you just trying to dismiss God. The enemy's deceiving you to thinking that, oh, let me just dismiss God. I don't believe in God. I don't do this. I don't care. That's me. I'm not a Christian. I'm not whatever. Thinking that you are exempt from the consequences. Yeah. You know, he's trying to get you to do that because he know if you take God serious, if you want to take marriage serious, God, you don't have to seek the one who established marriage to do this. So here as we close, listen, y'all, marriage, even those who are so-called Christians, I'm not gonna say so-called, I'm not gonna be like that, but Christians that are married, keep God at the center of your marriage. Don't leave God at the altar. Yeah. We have issues. Don't go to your no good friends, your single friends, or your people whose marriage is failing. Look at God's standard for what marriage could be. Right. I never thought that we would be able to be faithful. I never thought that we'd be able to win. But guess what? I said I can't look at everybody else. Right. We have to look at,
and it'll be God's successful and not looking, like we said, looking 20 years back and now I'm bored or we're growing apart. No.
Every day.
With God at the center of my marriage, I'm still attracted to. I know we only been married for going on 5 years.
5 years.
5 years. But when I'm 20, it is. Mm-hmm. But when I'm 20 years in, still married to this man,
still gonna be rocking. You feel me?
Period. And I'm still gonna love him. It's gonna be more reasons to love him than when I am at this 5 years. But that is only because God is at the center of our marriage.
We will keep him there. Keep him there. So we love y'all. Listen, y'all. Stay tuned for more. Hey, listen. We love y'all. We want y'all to take this. Like I said, this is something we live on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. And like a lot of times, we're not the type of people that just go out and talk. But guess what? We live in this life. Let's go on and talk this life. You hear me? Right. So we love y'all. Yeah. Stay encouraged. It's still hope.